All right, ladies and gents, let me plug the joint right quick. 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Men are lied to. Now, before I get into this, my voice is fucked up. Well, right now, and I'm holding it together right now, but in about maybe 30 seconds, I might not be able to hold it together. So I'm gonna go in and out of holding it together, and you seeing that my voice is obviously fucked up. So my brother's still sick a little bit. So just bear with me, right? Because this video is fucking important. It's probably one of the most important videos you're ever gonna see in your life about women and sex. You should have one of these. If you don't have one of these, a light bulb moment, goddamn it, after this video, you'll never have it. You'll never have it. Because this should be the most precise breakdown of why women do not need an emotional connection to have sex. This right here, this should be it for a lot of you. 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women, men are lied to. Now, again, I was not lied to because I don't believe what women say. So a woman can't lie to me because I don't believe them, right? Also, society can't lie to me because I don't believe society. Um, I've been known how women get down, all of them. When I say all of them, when I say how women get down, I'm talking about and how sex is utilized, right? And how sex is utilized and women's approach to sex, especially as it relates to different types of men. 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Men are lied to. Y'all were lied to. I was never lied to. They tried to lie to me, but I just laughed and said, I told all the women, be quiet. I know y'all. I know all of y'all. I know how y'all move. The women gonna listen to this right now. He don't know what the fuck you talking about. Oh, I'm gonna show you. Yes, the fuck I do. 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Men are lied to. Now, on the behalf of all women, before I get into this and start exposing some shit, right? On behalf of all women, because I know. It sounds like I'm being facetious, but I know, women, I know. See, this is what a lot of guys fail to understand. And this is something that I always keep in the back of my mind when it comes to women and sex. Something that I always keep in the back of my mind, right? And this is something that males forget, and they keep trying to do it, and you see the results of it. Men have been trying to control women and sex for thousands of years. Okay, they use the Bible to do it, the Quran to do it, and any other religious text. They have been trying to control women and sex for thousands of years. This is a fucking fact that men have been trying to do this. It is also a fact that at this very moment in time, what women are doing and have been doing for some time now is basically changing the narrative on that shit. And they're basically saying, no, 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 no. What we're not going to do is just let these men sit around trying to say what sex is and isn't for women. Now, I will tell you this because they might be looking at me saying he's doing the same thing. No, see, I'm going to tell some truth. Everybody else is talking theory, right? And I'm not trying to control. See, women, let me just say this to any women or any woman listening. I celebrate women fucking. Don't bother me at all. My only thing to women is this. This is my only thing to women. Is if you're having casual sex because you are attempting to look for something in casual sex that doesn't exist, then that's a problem, right? But there are plenty of women out here engaging in willful acts of enjoyable casual sex encounters, knowing that they're not gonna be serious with those guys. And they are loving it, right? And you guys to understand that. Like again, my only thing is to women who are trying to use casual sex to get at something more meaningful, that's not the way to do it. You're not gonna find something meaningful trying to use sex to do it, right? And women do it all the time. They do it all the time. But we're gonna break all of that down though. 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Men are lied to. And women, I get it. Y'all basically rewriting your own story on how sex is for y'all because y'all are women, right? That's y'all story, right? I get it, right? The problem with women though is when they decided they're gonna rewrite the narrative on their story, right, and tell their side of it, right, when it comes to this is how we view sex, they started lying. That was the problem, right? There was too many lies, right? It was fine that you wanted to rewrite the narrative and say, let us speak for our sexuality and sex. Cool, I could do that. And then you let women speak, and it's like, so they're gonna take that and then they're gonna start lying, right? And now I'm here to spank you and say, you shouldn't have been lying, right? If you wasn't gonna tell the truth, you should have been quiet. Not come online, not talk publicly about sex and tell lies. So I'm here to expose those lies and say, women, I know you want to control the narrative on women and sex, but you can't do it with lies and dishonesty and disingenuous statements about how you view sex, right? I'm not going to let you do that. Right? Just like I don't agree with men trying to control the narrative when it comes to women and sex and trying to control women as it relates to sex. I don't agree with that shit. Judging women and shit for having enjoyable sex. I don't agree with that shit. Right? Just like I don't agree with that shit, I also don't agree with the chicks that are sitting up here lying, telling lies, right? So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this, right? So 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Y'all are lied to, because I'm not. I know the truth. Here's the first reason: negotiated sex. The fact that negotiated sex exists proves women do not need to have an emotional connection or bond to fuck. Right? So, what's negotiated sex? Pay for this, pay for that, wine and dine me, take me out on some dates first, pay this bill or do that. Anything that requires you to spend money on a woman, give a woman something that costs money. You know what I'm saying? Put money in a woman's hands or pay anything for her, and basically there's an understanding that sex may happen or could happen as a result of you doing these things. You're negotiating sex. That's not true sexual desire. True sexual desire is not negotiated like that. Preconditions need to be met before sex. That's negotiated sex. Do this first and you'll get this pussy. Women who truly desire men sexually don't do that. They don't do that. I need you guys to understand that. So that's one. 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Men are lied to because women can easily negotiate sex and there is no emotional attachment. And then they'll go out with those guys and have sex after a nice dinner or a comedy special. They're not really sexually attracted to those guys. There's no attachment or connection. No. A woman said, he's kind of cute, but I'm not attracted enough to him sexually to give him this pussy for free. But if he does a little bit of things for it, I might be willing to give him a little coochie. And that's what happens with a lot of guys. A lot of you guys get sex that way. Okay? That's not genuine sexual desire. And there is no emotional bond or connection between y'all motherfuckers. Right? Number 2, the existence of sex work, it really kills the whole narrative of emotional connections. This alone right here, the fact that sex work exists kills the whole narrative, right? And this is what guys will say: well, prostitutes, those dirty little whores, they're different than women. No, no, they're not different. They're not different. I remember I saw a Facebook post, dumb Facebook post, just a low IQ, unintelligent post where they're asking if a woman was a prostitute, can she change and become a good wife? Now, I want people to think about that. I want people to think about that. And I'm going to show you something, right? I'm going to show you how probably 90 something percent of people worldwide are asleep and very ignorant, right? When it comes to sex, right? Mainly guys. Now, think about that. Can a prostitute change and become a good wife? And here's the thing. A good wife can cheat who was never a prostitute. Now let's back that up. A woman who was quote unquote a good wife can decide to cheat, but she was never a prostitute. So let's back this up. So you have one woman who is engaging in sex work, right? That they're saying basically is not a good woman. Then they have another woman who can be in a long-term committed relationship or marriage and cheat. She's still doing that's you can equate that as promiscuous sex or casual sex. You fucking more than one guy at the same time. See, when we talk about 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women, all women are in all women. This is not about, he must be talking about promiscuous women. Well, I know virgins. No, virgins, promiscuous women, women who have 3 bodies, 300 bodies, 10 bodies, all of them are being talked about today. All of them. Why? Because they're all women, right? So let's go back to, can prostitutes change and become a good wife? A woman doesn't have to change. Okay, listen to what I'm telling you. A woman doesn't have to change anything. See, all she is changing is the reason why she's having sex. Now, don't let that fucking go over your head. But this is how dumb guys are, right? See, a prostitute doesn't have to change. She still has a prostitute spirit. She doesn't have to change. She's just changing the reason why she's having sex. So what does that look like to the average ignorant motherfucker that don't know shit? Right? So if she's having sex for work, that's business. It's business. It's not personal. There's no true desire there. It's business, right? Now, if she decided, you know what? I'm gonna take a break from selling this ass. I feel like it's trying to have a little family, right? So do you think when she's endeavoring to have a family, you think she's looking for a guy who has a tricks mentality necessarily? Yeah, she might. Yeah, you got to have a little bit of a set mentality. But do you think she's looking for a guy who straight up pays for pussy to marry? No, she's looking for a guy who would be like a typical husband, typical family man. She's not looking for a guy, just a guy who can't get pussy and who can't get pussy for free. She ain't looking to get in a relationship with him. No. So if she ends up getting into a committed relationship, she just changed the reason that she's having sex. When she was a sex worker, she was having sex for money, business. Now that she's in a relationship, she's having sex for that reason. It's not the same reason. She's having sex with men. See, this is how dumb guys are. Again, whether a woman is sexually attracted to a man or not, women can have sex with men they don't sexually desire. They're all having sex. The difference, the fundamental difference, is the reason why women are having sex. That has always been the reason. And guys don't understand that fucking matters. The reason why a woman is fucking you matters. Because the reason why she's fucking you is directly tied to how and why she's treating you the way she is. Period. The reason why she's fucking you is directly tied to how you guys interact and why you interact the way that you do. It's because the type of sex that you're having. Right? Number 3, 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Men are lied to. The prevalence of one-night stands and casual flings. The fact that that shit exists blows all that shit out the water about emotional connections. It nullifies it. I can't wait to get to number 5 though, right? The fact that women can engage in casual sex, what that means is women are very well adept at consciously and purposefully choosing to be emotionally unavailable. So if women need an emotional connection to fuck, then how come they can purposely and consciously choose to be unavailable to a man emotionally if they just want a quick nut? How can that be? How can that happen? How can that be? How can that be? It makes no sense, right? Right? We're gonna keep going. Cheating, cheating, right? See, the fact that you don't need an emotional connection to have sex, what that also means is just because you do get one, it doesn't mean she won't have sex with another man where she don't need an emotional connection. See, there's a lot of goofy guys that think when a woman cheats that she's cheating for emotions or that she's trying to find your replacement. I mean, there could be some validity to that from time to time, but no, it's just she found somebody else she like fucking. I mean, newsflash to you motherfuckers, it can really be that simple. Is that a woman ran into somebody else and she says, I want his dick. I know I'm married, I know I'm engaged to be married, or I know I'm in a long-term relationship, but he's so fine and sexy, fuck it. I'm gonna do it anyway. It's that simple. And no, she don't need to have known that guy for a minute, right? But this is what guys think when they girls cheat. How long you been fucking? How long have you known him? Right? Do you love him? And she like, gosh, no, I don't love him. Right? And see, the reason why a guy would ask a woman that question is because when he met his woman, he was waiting for sex. He had to date her to get it. So he can't fathom that a guy could meet his chick, have a 10, 15-minute conversation, and be fucking when he had to wait weeks or months and do a lot of shit to get it. Most guys can't fathom that their woman, they be like, not her. She would never give it up that fast. Yes, her, nigga. Yes, her. Definitely her. Yes, women have sex for different reasons. And when it comes to sexual desire or sexual attraction, there are levels to it. There are levels to it. Just one prime example of there being levels to sexual desire or just a woman being attracted to a man sexually. See, a woman can be sexually curious about you, but her desire to want to fuck you isn't strong enough to fuck you right now, right? Now, that same woman can meet another guy, right? That same woman can meet another guy and she fucks him right now, right? She was sexually attracted to both of y'all, but her level of desire for him was higher. It was probably very lustful, right? Because if a woman is sexually attracted to the man, when you start talking about lust, just animalistic, raw sexual attraction, women are fucking now. So if a woman can hold out and not fuck you, she doesn't lust you. Yeah, she might think you're cute. She might be sexually curious, and she might even be sexually attracted to you to a degree. But there's levels. If a woman can make you wait for sex, there is no way she lusts your dick. There's no way. Not happening. Not happening. Period. Let me get to the next point. Right here. Right there. That's it right there. Sex is withheld for emotional bonding, yet believed to create closeness. Okay, what does this mean? Let me break this down. Sex is withheld for emotional bonding, yet believed to create closeness. That's a contradiction. What do I mean? If women say Peep what I'm saying. If a woman says, I need an emotional connection to desire a man sexually, and then in the same breath says, I usually get attached after having sex, or having sex is closeness. Really, really, right? Or you might hear people say, women too, or I get emotionally attached after sex. Really? So if you get emotionally connected or attached after sex, then why would a man need to date you first? Shouldn't y'all just have sex first so you can get that attachment out? If women get attached emotionally after having sex, why are they withholding it then? Why are they withholding it? Why? Why? I need an emotional connection before I have sex because I get emotionally attached when I have sex. Let that just marinate. Just let that just let that marinate. It makes no sense. It's a contradiction. What it reveals is that sex is treated like a tool, and there is no emotional constant, right? And I've also said this, right? If sex required an emotional attachment by default, right? People, what I'm saying, if sex required women to be emotionally connected or attached to a man by default, preconditions wouldn't be negotiable or leveraged. Think about it. Let me read that again. If sexual emotional attachment, or if sex required emotional attachment by default, preconditions wouldn't be negotiable or leveraged. That means all women would do it. Every single woman walking the planet would do it. Every woman will make every man wait. That ain't happening. So sex does not require an emotional attachment. That's just a woman's personal choice based on what she believes you got to do to get the pussy. But it's not something that's inherent because a woman has virtue. See, and that's another thing. See, how it's framed as is that a woman desiring an emotional connection is framed around her morals and her standards and her virtue. Lies. All lies. 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 Women withholding sex is about power and control and influence. That's all it is. A woman who wants your dick now has no desire to put you through hoops or to have you meet a set of conditions before you get it. That's not true, genuine desire. That's not true, genuine desire. I need guys to understand that. 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Men are lied to. Number 1, the fact that sex is negotiated. Preconditions being met before sex. A woman is basically saying, if you want this pussy, you have to do X, Y, Z. Where's the real emotions in that? Where's the genuine fondness for each other where a woman is telling you you have to check off some boxes before you get the pussy? There's no emotions in that. When women can talk to you like that, their emotions are completely detached from what they're saying. Okay, they're lying to you. All of them. All the time. 5 reasons sex is not emotional for women. Men are lied to. Guys, the 5 reasons I gave you. One woman could be having sex with multiple men for multiple reasons. A woman can literally be having sex with one man because he took her out for 3 dinners, and then be having sex with another man because he gave her $1,000. and then be having sex with another man because she really wants his dick. And then be having sex with another man who she is a combination of sexually attracted to, but she also wants to seriously date him. So she doesn't want to have sex with him right away because she might miss out on an opportunity to be dated by him. In each of these categories, you can see how one woman can literally have sex with multiple men, utilizing sex in multiple ways with all those men, using it as what? A tool, like I say women do. There are different reasons women have sex. Different reasons. See, a lot of guys, they think because all men are having sex, oh, no, you fucked her, I fucked her, it's the same shit. No, idiot. No, it's not. No, it's not. When I tell the stories that I tell about chicks walking an hour and a half for some dick and all the other stories, dudes don't believe it. Of course you don't believe it. You've never had a woman lust for you. So you won't, if you can't understand some of the shit I talk about when the stories I tell, of course you can't. Of course it sounds unbelievable because you've never had a woman lust your dick. And or you've never had a woman after you fucked her just be crazy about you sexually, so crazy about you. She said, I want it so bad, I'll go walk for it. In the middle of the night, I'll come walk for it. Guys can't comprehend that. Okay, I told another story of how I met two chicks, independent, I think it was a year, no, 2 years apart. I met them 2 years apart, had sex with them separately, ran into them again, introduced them to two guys that I knew, and how those guys never had sex, and those women end up using those guys and stealing shit from them. How is that possible? How can I meet two women, independent of each other, have sex with them, both of them, the very first, well, one of them, it wasn't the first night I met her. I told her to come over and we had sex when she came over, right? The other one, it was the first night I met her. But the point I want to make is I had sex with women right away on my terms, basically dictating to them where the sex was going to be at and what time the sex was going to be at. And all they said was, okay, I'm there. And we had sex that easily. But yet they meet these other guys that aren't fucking, and those women are using them and stealing from them. Yet those women never did that to me. See, this is the one thing that keeps getting lost on guys. And we keep telling you motherfuckers, this point right here. Depending on why the woman is having sex with you, which means how she sees you, how a woman perceives you, the type of man she believes you to be is directly tied to the reason why she's having sex with you. Right? I need guys to understand that. So we keep telling you, when women genuinely sexually desire you, and it's heavy, heavy sexual attraction, and once you guys start having sex, the sex is amazing to them, and they actually like you as a man and as a person, those women don't disrespect you. As long as you don't lie to them. If you keep it 100 and don't lie and don't play with them, they won't do you that way. They'll always keep it 100 with you. I never lied to those women. All those women knew they weren't the only woman. They knew I was fucking other chicks. They knew I was. And they didn't care. They never asked me about it. We never talked about it. They just wanted their turn. That's it. How women treat you, the level of respect, the level of pleasantries is directly correlated to the reason why she's fucking you. Peace.